You will need all the pieces in your kit, plus a pair of scissors, and a book or notebook that's about 8 inches tall. First, we'll trim the tool into pieces that are about 16 inches long. To do so, align the edge of the tool with one side of your notebook and wrap the tool around. Remember which side you started on. I chose my right side because I'm right-handed, just to make it easy to remember. Wrap the tool around the notebook and keep going until all of the tool is used, or most of the tool is used if you plan on saving some tool for another project. Keep going. When you're done, cut the tool on the same side that you started on. You should now have a pile of tool that's about 16 inches in length. Repeat this for all the other colors that you want to use in your tutu. Take out the stretch sequin for the waistband. Measure it around your waist or the waist of the person you're making the tutu for. Make the waistband about 2 inches shorter than the size of their waist so that it stretches a bit and stays on. Mark the spot with the safety pin included in your sewing kit. Start the next step from the opposite side of the waistband. Measure the length of the battery pack from the other end. Insert the crochet hook in that spot on the bottom of the 3 threaded sections. Choose 2 to 3 pieces of tulle to start your tutu. Lay them one on top of the other. Find their center and twist the pieces together at their center point. Then use the crochet hook to grab the pieces and pull them through the sequin waistband. Leave a loop on the other side. Then pull the ends of the tulle through the loop. Tighten the knot by pulling on the ends. Repeat this method every ½ inch. Continue making these knots across the entire waistband. This is a chance for your creativity to come in. There are so many patterns and combinations that you could do to make this tutu uniquely you. Keep going and building your pattern across the entire waistband. The pink and white tool is a shimmer tool, so that's going to have a shiny, shimmery effect as you use it. It's also a little bit coarser, so it keeps its shape more than the more saturated, softer purple and teal tools. So this is something that you can use to your advantage to build up either volume or color in different areas of the tutu. As you're nearing the end of the tutu circle, it's a good time to check your pattern to see if it will repeat correctly. You may want to adjust the distance between your stitches before you get to the end so that you can make sure that the pattern repeats the way you want it to. You can flip the tutu over to take a look at your work. It should look something like this. Now it's time to give the tutu a little haircut. You could use a ruler to do this, but I know that the spool from the tutu is about 6 inches. So I'm going to cut about 1 inch above the length of the tutu spool. Do this to every group of tulle. This way all of the stray edges and unevenness will go away and we'll have a nice crisp edge on our tutu. Now we'll sew the battery pack into the waistband of our tutu and close it up. Start by trimming off the excess waistband. Remember, it's the side with the safety pin on it that needs to be trimmed. Align the waistband with the sequins facing each other. Thread white thread onto the needle and tie a knot at the end. Sew the waistband together, threading the needle through both sides of the waistband, zigzagging your stitch back and forth. Once you're done sewing the seam, stitch the thread along so the thread comes out about 3 inches away from the seam, just at the tool's edge. Now we'll make a pocket for the battery pack. Align it along the waistband. Sew the flap down with just a few stitches, folding over the edge of the sequin waistband, and leaving a gap on the side. Sew the thread to the other side, then finish the pocket by positioning the battery pack in place, then sewing the pocket closed. Unwind the LEDs. Divide each group of tulle in half and pull the innermost half into the center of the circle. Start with the LED closest to the battery pack. Make a very, very tiny cut in the tulle. Flatten the wire around the LED and push the LED through, pulling it about 2 inches through the hole. Then, flatten out the wire so that it wants to stay on the opposite side of the fabric. And make sure that the LED is facing the front of the tutu. So in this case, if the tutu is still upside down, that means it's facing down right now. That way it will shine brightly outward. Continue placing the LEDs this way throughout the tutu, with some up closer to the waistband and some farther down on the skirt in a zigzag-like pattern. Return the rest of the tulle to its original position. Turn on the switch and watch it twinkle. It's time to wear your tutu!